And hello, Shock fans. This is your beloved Soldier of the Inverted Cross, Rip the Full-Blown Freak Show, here for another Bionicle thingy. I know I've never named these videos, but I figured since everybody kind of enjoyed, these videos I did, that I would take these guys, a couple of these guys off the shelf and talk about them. Kind of give the backstory. So the big red Pyrox looking guy, that was like my very first MOC. He was the very first thing I came up with because I like how he kind of looked like the Cyber Demon, and yeah, I painted the face there, and I painted the brain on him. I actually painted two brains, one with one eye, one with two eyes. And I actually painted another mask, I forgot where I put it, that has scars on it. So basically, I'm going to tell you guys about their backstory. Probably won't show too much into the build just because, again, they have triple jointed legs. Go ahead and crucify me for that. Triple jointed arms. Go ahead and, beat me over the head with a brick for that. I know everybody hates it so much. Don't really give a fuck. But anyway, what I'm going to go with on here is just kind of tell you their backstory. So, in the Bionicle universe thing I did, where I combined some of the elements of everything, these guys were Glacians, and in that universe, what Glacians were basically the military that were there before the Toba showed up. They were the defense. And they looked more like, is it Malum and Strax? That's actually what I've used for their MOCs. I have some, at the very far back of my shelf I didn't bother to take out, of them before they looked like this. Nothing really impressive, that's why I didn't bother bringing them out. But they kind of like Malum and Strax. They were Overkill more so than Glacius here was very a violent fighter. He would try to kill his opponents a lot of the times. And Akimu was going to have him, not Akimu, Madanui was going to have him, imprisoned / executed for his violent behavior. Makuta liked what he saw in him and eventually worked it around to the point where he talked to Overkill and Glacius and told them that he wanted to be the temple guards, the temple of time. I forgot what it was. It was basically, it's the Mask Maker's Forge, essentially. And they accepted. So they were already there for bias, towards Makuta. And when Makuta turned on Madanui, they were right there to help him fight and take the Forge. And after Madanui was, defeated, his physical body was destroyed, Makuta gave them these new bodies as reward for their loyalty. And they remained loyal. And Overkill leads, him and Glacius now lead a team. Again, their team members are in various spots on my shelf that I couldn't get to at the moment without removing everything off the shelf. So that's why I kind of just grabbed these two to talk about. Basically, though, they're extremely loyal to Makuta, extremely powerful fighters. I mean, they fought Madanui. And in my story also, Colt, he and his team, their first mission was recruit Colta and his Skull Army to serve Makuta, which they did, and that's how Overkill lost his eye in the fight with Colta. One thing I have changed on him was, if you'll notice, his headset's higher now and a little bit better. I added another joint with an armor piece in there, so it sits a bit higher. And I will do a full 360 of these guys in just a second. Overkill has changed a lot over the years. Glacius, he's been pretty similar to what I originally designed him with, and we'll show him first. Just get him slid over here. And I always loved the way these looked. So yeah, you can see, didn't really, again, these aren't perfect MOCs, they were just for fun. I tried to cover up everything the most I could, like the back here. The legs, I did try to cover up by adding these, because I went for a more Mega Man aesthetic there, where he has these big boots with the icicles coming off the back. And the reason they have the Decepticon symbol is, just in case you're wondering, I just thought of that. They were originally meant to be in my Decepticon collection as Transformers that were captured and experimented on, and basically ended up looking like this and lost their ability to transform. But I just kept the stickers as a nod to their past, to what I made them as. So yeah, that's Glacius. Nothing super on him, you know. Not like I didn't paint anything or do anything. This guy is the one like I've really put the most time and effort to, as far as like one of these size MOCs. And I'm just going to like pick the camera up now and go around him. Yeah, he has guns on his chains on his wrist. He has a chain around his neck. Then he has a lot of armor plating up here. I did try to fill out the center here. As you can see, like there's one gap in there, but that's about it. Back of him, I did cover up the back legs pretty well for the most part. And again, I might end up changing the guns on the wrist thing. I don't know. I just really love this design. I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, this is a revamp, not a MOC. But the thing is, I call them MOCs because they're my original characters. Sure, they're using the Pyrox and Overkill bodies. I mean, Pyrox and, I think Frost Beast or something this thing was called. But they're completely different characters I designed off of that. I just thought they were such nicely designed characters, it would be stupid to just keep them as, oh, they were animals that got mutated by burnings. I really like, you know, actually coming up with something for them and making them their own characters. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, I'll attempt to keep making a few of these now and again. I actually do have one more planned, like a set of figures right next to me I'm going to be talking about. So, until next time, this has been your beloved Soldier of the Inverted Cross, Rip the Full-Blown Freak Show, signing off. Farewell.